another Thursday evening. Good evening to you and welcome to this special program brought to you by Government Communications and Information System, as well as the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development. Tonight, we are talking Digolot, but not those big skulls, those smaller ones, small claims court. We're going to be knowing more about what the small claims courts do, where do you find them, how can you access them, and as well as talk to you and find out what are some of the difficulties you have in terms of claiming those small monies. Mhlambe omunye wakutshontshela imbuzi the other time and then you settled it by saying uzonginika 2,000 rand. The next thing, 2 years goes down the line and 2,000 rand ayifiki and you don't know even how to put interest on it. So tonight, welcome to it. You can dial us on 0800 142 446, 0800 142 446. And tonight we are talking to Ntate Zakhele Ntsibande. And Ntate Zakhele Ntsibande is working with a small claims court. And thank you, Ntate Ntsibande, for taking time to talk to us tonight. And welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. I'm pleased to be here in the studio this evening to discuss the small claims court, which is the court that, as it states, is for small claims.
Yes, we will definitely get into exploring how small is small and how big is small. 0800 142 446, 0800 142 446. We are creating awareness on small claim courts in South Africa. As we know that the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development is actually making sure that you as a South African, you know your rights through the Let's Talk Justice. Thank you to all the radio stations that are taking part in this program tonight. And in Limpopo, we have Zebediela, ZBFM, Turf, Comrade Tsepo, Sikukuni, Energy FM, Univen, Malamulele, Mohodi, as well as Moleji FM. Ntate Ntsibande, let's just talk about small claims court. When did they start? How long have we been having them? Give us a background.
The small claims court have been created by the Act. Now, the Act was promulgated in 1984. So since then, the small claims have been operating. So they started bit by bit as from 1984, very few courts existed in South Africa. Now, but as of now, we found that in most townships, there are courts that have been built, and so far, the small claims also operate in those courts.
All right. Now, would you say that they are also available in all these outside the cities, like your main cities like Johannesburg, Cape Town, Durban? Do we find them maybe, say, Court ya Govenda?
Yes, we do. We do. Yeah, but it's only that in so-called rural areas, you might find that there's one court that service a number of areas or villages. It's unlike in the cities where each and every city has got its own court, and then also in most townships there are courts. But in those areas, yes, there are, but they are very few.
All right. And now, these small claims court, who can access them and on what basis? How small is the small amount that needs to be claimed in the small claims court? Yes.
No, currently the maximum money that you can claim is 15,000. From time to time, the Minister of Justice will increase the amount in which the people can claim. So every person has got an access to that, especially those claims that are less than 15,000, where it's not necessary that you employ an attorney or a lawyer, as may be called, in order to assist you in your claim. So in this regard, it meant for those people who cannot afford the services of legal attorneys, therefore they can use the small claims, which is very people's friendly.
Yes.
It's not like that formal court. It's very informal per se. Yes.
Now, accessibility, you already alluded to the fact that it's quite affordable, which I would like to believe that there is some sort of payment that you will need to make. Accessibility in terms of finances, in terms of people to assist with the procedures and all that stuff. Accessibility, just take us through it, because many people think they will just come in there, get into the door and say that I'm here to tell you that Levi owes me 10,000 rands.
All right. The process is very simple. What you do, you go to in the courts, there will be an office for a small claims people. And then what happens there is that they will they will listen to your story, and then they will help you to fill up the a form, the letter of demand. Now, with the letter of demand, you have to take the letter of demand. It depends on the area you stay. You can either send it to the defendant via a post office or by registered mail, or in some areas the police do assist, or you can also use the services of the sheriff. That's where the cost comes in. When you use the sheriff will obviously charge you, but for obtaining the letter of demand, you don't need to pay anything to the court or to the clerk or to the officer who will be assisting you in filling up that letter of demand.
All right. If you want to be talking to us, discussing small claims court tonight, if you have just joined us, my name is Mosotho Stone, and you are on the right radio station as we speak right now, because you probably know somebody, or you know even yourself, you are involved in some small claim. You might not even know that it's a small claim, because lo motho koleti mbuzi o kolota pudi mutho. Assets, money, what is small claim in terms of the court requirements or the court expectations?
Right. It always depends on what the demand you want. So in most cases, or most claims that are being made, is with regard to money being owed, money borrowed. Now, the other cases that are escalating is those cases that involves where somebody will ask a friend to buy clothes with using that person's account, and thereafter the person does not want to pay the clothing account and the likes. Those are major claims, and those claims, although in terms of the jurisdiction of the claims court, what we called wage claims are excluded, or any claims which is labor related is excluded. But there are those people that you find out a person has hired another person for what we call, especially in the township, a piece job. So it's not a formal labor contract.
For him.
Yes, and then promise to pay him some money, and thereafter the person is no longer willing to pay or has got some excuses. Those are major claims that we receive.
All right. And maybe give us a scenario of one or two cases where successfully somebody actually got to successfully claim their asset or their finance from the other. If you have, maybe just give us a scenario of such kind of successes.
It's going to be difficult, but there are a lot.
Too many of them.
Yes, there are a lot, because most of the cases that the person wins is where the person has hired another person to do the job. So there's always a proof. There's also cases where people have claimed for the collisions where there's motor car accidents and the likes. And then as long as the claim is less than 15,000, then the person comes. So in normal those cases, what we will require, people to bring photos. Now there's advancing technology. When there's an accident, they will take photos, get the accident report, and then brought it to court. And then you also have to bring the quotation of the damages that were sustained.
All right. Okay. 0800 142 446. That's the voice of our guest tonight, talking small claims court, Mr. Zakhele Ntsibande. Now my name is Mosotho Stone, so we'll be together up until 5 minutes past 7. Let's go to Cape Town and speak to Fatima. Hello, Fatima. Oh, Fatima Bagiti. All right, maybe fly over to Klerksdorp. Leave Cape Town and go into Klerksdorp. Morana Tsepo. Le kae malome? Awa, nkabe le kwele man. Morena.
Ntate ke go ba ntate mo man. Go ba le ntse e ile ya ndile galang. Go tota go tlhaganya posi ya gore go ya go fitla go mo dream court. Go is young baby because ya na go ntse ke ntse tsa gala gore go na le ntse gore mari se ne ba di ya ke le bota la ga.
Okay.
Ba ntse ya di ga go le di tsiri ba tsiri ba 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 le ba ka le pedi sala. And then abata go gonna after 3 days incident di dira se after 4 days abata go gonna di tsiri le bota la ga.
Morana Tshepo e ka re gara go utlwa sentletle a ko re boeletsenyana ganyane ntate Ntsibande a kgone go utlwa sentle ntate. Sorry about that.
Yeah, okay. Abar di tsile botala ga and then if you go on after 4 days the incident day abata remember that day the tirano to tsile botala and then I went go le botse ya go le inspect go di thupe mo kae. And then I go le inspect ga gona mampo using that sign or something se bon sa gore that's ile a tsula le mo. And then ya batla le be ba ge di ba bangwe ba tla go inspect gona bone ka teng.
And then
aba go mpontsha ka go ga ka ntse re le ke go ga ba ke mo ntse di re ke ne sala pala re ke a go ditshele bona. And then I demand that ke mo patele for le batala ga ge le tla. From there ke dire mana ke go patelang go tsena mo botale le pele ya go go patela le patele ke tsaki. And then re sa dimalane ka ntse
kana o bua ka le botalo tle jano
ya ka le botale le kgaolang jara ka teng
ke ra gona gore o bua ka lone lotlhe jaanong kgotsa phisinyane o ithutseng
o bua ka le botale
ja okay tswela pele malo
galema dilo a go na le gore le botale le di phila se di tshwara le botale
yes
ke mo direna o di thutse kana galema di ka boleng ne di tsere mo di tsena ka boleng ene na gona boleng a gona sa ina teng ke sa di malana up until after I think 3 weeks or 2 ke ria di tsamo ke tseng go khotso gore ke di go small thing khotso ke gota magisa ene se tena amount ya le botala e le na go di ya go se mo that amount I don't know. And then I try to make someone start to say okay who's the court but then in terms of the kanti a ja khalla kwa to kanti ha re di tsile ya go bua tsile o mo sa itse se ga ge tsile ha ke to pisa ha sa di mai le go go tsong kwa o go se galang pele go ke se ga go fika go pele ga commissioner ga se go mo ding court in system mo go go fika go commissioner ga go bua ga sa ka ganya ding o di ile re ka khoyana e di bona rona maybe because of now in signal le because I got to check my move to maybe because for peace to the hospital I got to le plan se de le ko to khisa re so ke ka patela ta ni dia re di but because je be ke la ko je ko na ke ha di se go di ma mo teng ha re di di I got witness to the ka di ka patela le ga mbon le di
okay
Jadi event of Salone, I got to get paper, but the procedure as we say that we can literally the matter in the water 6,000 of not into a bond and call it the moment. That's the first question. The second question is, when I leave into a hurry, Motaho Colopation, I don't know, can I just say more thing for the top of the Latin Maybe Gota 5,000. Very just more than court. We have to talk about the Latin Maybe gore ga gona gala go motho ga ka patela tsena ka go dima na rona mo 5,000 ba patala 10 rand kgwedi le kgwedi up until tšhelete e fela eo.
Okay, ke tsone fela morena Tshepo, right?
Ke tsona tseo fela so ga ituela ga ntse ka nkara ba potso tse ka gone ke itse concern ka tsone thata le gona.
All right, re lebogile morena.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Noni's going on with hands and stuff. Maybe if you write for me, I'll get to understand what you say. Thank you so much, Tepo. Listening to Live FM in the Northwest. By the way, other contributors in the Northwest will be Moretele Community Radio, Mahikeng FM, Ahanang FM, Ratlo, Mabatu, as well as Letlhabile. Let's go. Fatima is back from Cape Town. Fatima. Hello, Fatima.
Hello, can I stream anonymous, please?
Oh, it's anonymous. All right. Hello, anonymous.
Hi.
Yes, you can continue, ma'am.
Yes, okay, thank you. I had an accident, right? And the people wouldn't pay me. So I actually went to and fro. I am an elderly person. And I've been to the small claims court and I have served the papers on her. And then the dad called me to say I must stop harassing the daughter, right? But I didn't arrest her. I just wanted to know where I stand with him. Because I need my car fixed. I need to be at the hospital at some times. And then I went to the small claims court just yesterday, and then they said I must come back on the 7th. Because they didn't pitch up because they don't want to sign the papers and everything. So I just want to know what is my next port of call and how much is it going to be if the sheriff goes there.
All right. Thank you so much, Anonymous.
Thank you.
All righty. Thank you so much to Anonymous calling from the Western Cape and specifically in Cape Town where there's Radio 786, Gamkaland, Namakwaland, Zibonele, Helderberg, Overberg, Atlantis, Eden, KC, as well as Voice of the Cape and Wild Coast. Ntate Ntibane.
All right. Ntate wa Klerksdorp, the first caller.
Yes.
First, with regard to the last question, what happens if motho tla o patela 100 rand or 10 rand per month? What normally happens, we look at the persons, we do the financial inquiry to ascertain hore motho o ga ana di assets tse le hore di ka rekisiwa if the person is not working.
Yes.
And then thereafter we determine the appropriate amount e tshwanetseng hore a ipatele. It's tlwaelehile hore motho a fihle ko khoto a re ke tla o patela 100 rand per month. Let's say o gona le claim ya 15,000. And the normal question we normally ask hore how re o tla patela 100 rand per month, have you checked ko gore yo nka mengwage me kae hore o fitlhelle that 15,000. So you must consider that hore yo tseya mengwage mentši. So we don't normally allow it. We do the financial inquiry. If the person o na le di assets, we can send the matter for section 65, which is the normal civil court where the court may even make a garnishing order if the person is working. Now, mo putsong ya mathomo ya gore lebotana, I didn't get you gore go diragetseng ga le ya ko court. Whether the way outcomes, I didn't get there.
But maybe if I put something to it, because that wall happens to be a wall that demarcates Umakelwane's house and Tsepo's house.
Yeah.
So it happens to be a common property. Now, it got to be bumped by someone, which Tsepo is claiming is not him. And basically the argument was that I cannot pay for something I don't know about. And the guy says, but I know for a fact that it's you. But now when he went to court, he didn't have all these requirements that you are talking about, that in the way you need to be having, say, a picture of the water. You need to be very sure that the person that you're accusing is him.
Yes.
The thing Yogoti, what are the quotations of fixing that wall? So those were the things that actually got to a what is this? Where they do not agree on the terms. Yes. So basically, that's what happened over there. And he's saying How do you work it out now? Because he's suggesting that, look, you cannot accuse me of something I didn't do, but what I can do is that we're sharing the wall, let's share the costs.
Yeah, if the other person is denying the claim, then the law says whoever alleges must prove. So you need to prove. You either have to bring the witnesses if someone have saw the incident so that it can be the witness. But if it's one-on-one, then the commissioner has to determine on what we call the credibility, on who presented the case much more better than the other. You see?
But now I can tell you very well, Tsepo works for a radio station. The next door probably is somebody who works with hands. That in itself, Mosotho Stone is a broadcaster. Now, he is arguing this thing against somebody who lays bricks. Somebody who does not use verbal communication on a daily basis like I am. Don't I stand a better chance?
No, it always depends. It always depends on how you present your case. The truth will always be the truth. And what we normally say is that if you are lying, you have a problem of remembering what lies did you say. So you will be caught up in the act during that testimony. How clever you can be, you will be caught up. So because the truth will never change, will remain there.
It's all that.
Yes.
That's how it is. All right. Thank you so very much. And now Fatima came up with a few of hers.
All right. With regard to the question from Fatima.
It's not Fatima, sorry.
Anonymous.
It's just anonymous, yeah.
Yes. Is that the cost of the sheriff depends on area to area. And then once you prove your claim, and then the cost that you have paid to the sheriff will be also be added to the amount that the other party has to pay. So they are always, you will be received. The sheriff will normally go to serve the document once or twice. If the person cannot be found, he will return the documents and say you must trace the persons, and or if you can go and point out the person, then you'll accompany the sheriff. But whether the sheriff goes there 2 or 3 times and you pay for that, those costs, as long as you present your receipt at the court, the other party will be liable to pay that.
Oh, so you have to be dead first before to prove that you've died. That's sort of kind of like...
Yes.
All right, that's the principle. Basically, I'm not meaning it literally, but yeah. That's the scenario I wanted to give you. Parko from Aliwal North in the Eastern Cape. Morenak.
Molweni kunjani ba?
Ndiyaphila kunjani tata?
Hayi nami ndiyaphila apha eAlvani nguphathe.
Kuhle tata.
Masibulele napha kutata ucommissioner.
Oh, yes,
Siyabulela,
sir.
baba.
Umbuzo wami wokuqala. Ngifuna uqonda mina ne. Ngelixa kuthethwa nge-small claim court ne. Xa lo muntu lona mhlambi uvulela mina into yokuba masithi ngengulebu uthi mina ndiyamtyala lo amount le yathi ndimtyala yona. Niqinisekisa kanjani ukuba loo nto leyo inyani ngoba akho nto ibhalwe phansi yinto ebesivulelele ngayo sisobabini phansi. Umbuzo wami wesibini ngifuna uqonda kukho abantu abasebenza emakhitshini okanye apha ezindlini ezilokishini. Umama uyasebenza phana axabane nalo muntu omqashile ucela ukuthi hamba angizokunika nalo mali leyo. Akanalwazi umama ukuthi uzawuncedakalapi. Xa epolice station uzawuchazela ukuba hambani nisombulula le nto leyo. And then umbuzo wami ukugqibela. I-department iyakwazi ukuthi ihambe iye apha ku-rural areas ifundise abantu ukuba i-small claim court isebenza njani na ngoba ngabantu abafundileyo qha abayazi i-small claim court. Abantu baselalini naseplasini abayazi mix ne-small claim court.
Thank you so very much, Patco and Takalani FM, which you find on 98.2. 98.2 in the Eastern Cape area of Aliwal North. And also, partakers in the Eastern Cape is Kanya Radio on 106.1 FM, Ngubela Radio 97.0 FM, Vukani Community Radio on 90.6 FM, as well as, it's 90.6 FM to 99.9 FM, as well as Link FM on 97.1 and Fort on 88.2. Uba Patko is asking basically what I was asking Tate Ntshibande, to say word of mouth versus facts. That must be something very difficult to prove, Tate Ntshibande.
Yes, indeed so. If I take that thing further, if we are friends together, sitting together, and then I say, borrow me 50 rand,
As well.
and then you give me. Tomorrow I said, mina ngiyazi lo mali."
Bengxilile mna and loot.
You see, that is a very difficult to prove. So, kaningi, what we advise people to do, if you cannot write it down, whatever the agreement is, if you have a cell phone, record whatever the conversation is. That will serve as a proof next time, because if you don't have any witnesses, you don't have any proof, and this thing happen against both of you, then it's very difficult if there are no witnesses.
Yes.
Now, with regard to the second question, mama basebenza ezindlini.
Uncontracted workers, let's just put it generally like that. Abu mama, domestic workers, garden people, and yeah, those uncontracted workers basically who don't work for big money.
Yes. Esikhathini esiningi there should be a agreement between the two, because first of all you take it this way. If umama uzosebenza emzini wami, I need to know information ngaye. I need to know ukuthi uhlalaphi and all these things.
Yes.
That it shows ukuthi we have a trust together. So now that it helps ukuthi lo mama uma angi signisa something, I need a copy. That will serve as a proof yokuthi what type of the agreement is entered. Because other domestic workers are protected in terms of the Domestic Act, which allows a minimum wage to the domestic workers, and then if the person is dismissed, then it can approach the labor or the CCMA for the relief. But now, in case umama uzakayibani ngeviki uwasha iwashini with the agreement ukuthi ngizakunika 100 rand, yes, you can bring that person to court.
0800-142-446. That voice that you're hearing in Tate Ntshibande, Tate Zakhele Ntshibande, coming from the small claims court. And tonight with the crew, welcome back Samona and Bralinda, as well as Noni on your telephone. So if you hear a squeaky voice on the other side of the phone and you hear this baritone on this side of the voice, so don't be surprised. Speak to her. She will put you through to me. 0800-142-446. And if you're using your cell phone as well, please, by all means, do call. Yes. Please, by all means, do call. And then Unoni is going to call you back. Save you your airtime. All right. Okay. Let's go to Twitter messages. Ukele on Twitter is saying, does small claims court have to be in the defendant's residential area? Now we're talking those jurisdictions and stuff.
Yes, the jurisdiction should be, the claim must be instituted where the defendant stays or where he works. Other than that, if the claim involves property, then the court that the property is situated must be a court that has jurisdiction. And then if it's with regard to the motor car accident, it should be where the accident took place. Yes.
All right. And another one on Twitter is from Kolani Ngwegazi, who's saying, do I have to bring documents to prove that someone owes me money? I think we have talked about that, but it's a matter of repetition.
Yes, if you have a document, that's what we insist, because the documents are part of the evidence, they're part of proving your case. If you have the documents, you have to bring it so that it can be used as your evidence, and that will simplify the process, because once the document is there, then the burden is on the defendant now to prove that the document does not exist or the document is not genuine.
All right. The keyboard is about to get some smoke because someone is busy punching on it big time. Over and over and over. And okay, if you still want to get your Twitter through, you can do it at DOJCD_ZA. At DOJCD_ZA. And otherwise, Facebook is there as well. The Department of Justice and Constitutional Development, in brackets, DOJNCD. All right, let's go till Lekwa in the VAR. Abutideni.
Ela khotso magana be ke le dumedise le phele le tsena
Khotso morena re phela hantle ha monate re ka utlwa wena.
ke phetse ka meta khabana go gang ha mme
Ha re thabile ka nnete.
ke diwa jalo ka nye ka monate ba mo kalla
Ndati.
ibe ke go baneng o tshwanela go rotla o ipatela batho ha o ya khotsomane bona ka mana ka le go tsenela ba dinyo le nyana o re mang o go tla bokae o tshwanela go ipatela o bula kae ha ida sebetsa o sebetsa ka bontsho tseno ka go fela o tota o kgona gore o mo bulele ntho tseno jalo ka motho ke motho ya ka mo ke le kae ka motho ba ba da dirasa go motho ya ka ke ra ha ke itse o motho no go dula ka ke motho a fela gore ke motho a dula ma ha o ya ngola dirasa ha bo mono ka ba ha e motho mo tseno jalo hape gore na ke ba ka nako e kae ha ke re e tla motho a nkolota ka 20 nanga ka 2017 ka re mbulela case na and then hape gore na o ka bulela motho a le fetang a le mong ha ke re mongwe nang kolota ka 2016 ka January mongwe nang kolota 2017 December nanga gona gore ke ba kopanye ka go fela batho ba nkolotang ke ba itse mo lo gona gore na tšhelete le tota le ba lla ka go fela gore yo hang kolota 2000 mang kolota 10000 se ditso gore ka go fela ke tswe ka mo kapa ke ka di tsufa papana jalo na and then ha ile nna he ke bono ha ikida ke a thabela tsuya ka solele mo na ke a gona re ke etse atili na le go tele le nyane la dineo hape le gore na nka tshwarwa kapa motho a idembo a ka tshwarwa a iswa toronkong ka baka la gore ha o kgone go rata a imatanya le tsuya ka solemo kapa ha o motho a sa patala ha o na le letho le tseng ka tsaletse ya o tletela ke le nne ka utlwantse o thuka nnete nako ke nako tsa bo 5 o ya kwana ka o fela mo mo tshwara dinyo na nyewe ha o na tse di tshwara motsere e tsa busitsela kapa go etsala tswa mbone he
Abuti deni kutlwile hantle haholo a ke tsebe gore mhlomong tate Tsibande, do you want to follow up anything before Denny drops?
No, it's fine.
All right. Morana Denny re le buile haholo a ke re ntate.
ke le buile haholo bontate ke mametse ke le ka tsare ena teng ka mona tsulung ke makgaka me ke leng ke sa ke le teng
Ho lekwa 91.0 FM.
wena pa hantle ntate la o phofa ka nnete ke utlwa
Morenaka. Ke le bui. All right. Ntate Tsibande?
Ke a leboga ntate mo issue ya address yes o tshwanetse go fa address but if a o tsebe address ya motho empa o tseba motho mo a dulang teng you can have the sheriff or maphodisa ba be le wena gore ba ise makwalo ao go na le dipleke tse ntši di informal settlement komishengu mo snang di address so ka tsela eo the sheriff bone as long as wena o ka gona go ba supetsa gore motho o nna mo o tsamale sheriff or maphodisa then ba ilo mo fa dipampiri tseo so address a se bothata and then mabapi le gore go claima go na le nako e beetsweng you have to claim within 3 years. If go fetsa 3 years also motho o kolota also institute claim then re claim ya how ya prescribe. Ha o fitile 3 years then o ka se tlholo gutla ore o tlo claim hape.
So anybody who actually owes you ka 2014 and actually started owing you ka July, they basically forfeited in terms of the small claims court?
Not really. O khona go revive if for example there's evidence hore motho u kolotile ka 2014 and then in 2015 waya mo yena e monna gante wa sampatele ing then ya revive. It's same like how receiver the accounts every month aba botsa gore skoloto o tshwanetse o patela skoloto se so that ka semolao re they place you in mora o sure ba revive skoloto as long as you remind that then e gona go extend a period ya 3 years.
So it's back to square one every time you go to that person and say emuna kantu ntibetse braya. All right, so the 3 years does not necessarily say you owed me ka July 2014, today is the 2nd of November 2017, so auna I claim. All right.
And then more questioning ya hore o kolota ke batho ba bantshi o ka ba joiner together. No, each and every case must be dealt on its own. So if batho bao ba o kolota o mongwe le o mongwe o tshwanetse o mirela di summons tsa hae.
And then can you appeal if you're not satisfied? That's one of the questions.
No. Go small claims auna appeal because small claims is not a court of record. Now auna appeal but gona le di grounds tse re di bitsang hore go go review the case, and then those grounds they are very limited. O ka ba le case or your review ko high court if for example auna jurisdiction, if for example o ile ko court ya Frenaching.
Yes.
And then claim hanti kyako Joburg.
Yes.
So nisna jurisdiction that court, then it automatically goes for review.
Okay.
Or if you can prove it, the commissioner is corrupt or was biased, more conducting the proceedings, then you can also review. And then if you also can prove that there was gross irregularity with regard to the conduct of the commissioner, you can also review. But if you are just not satisfied, the commissioner will mola will claim or auna claim, and then afama baka, you cannot appeal against that.
You cannot say marmunong kalfuta o mar wezi mthako ki mone the other time na bulala le diamond mo ngare yeah vele ka mkola the wrong as mo badili. Say you come saying that.
So if you can prove it that the commissioner has done so, yes, it's
right.
irregularity, yes.
All right. Tembi and Taba, I'm coming back to you just now. This last question of saying what happens if the person does not pay after the court order has been issued? What do you do now?
Now, if the person does not pay, then the proceedings are converted to a civil court in terms of section 65 of the magistrates court. Then the civil court, the normal court ya Montiari, will take the course from there to determine the court may order that a person, if he's working, that he can be garnished, or that some of his properties can be attached so that can sell those properties. But with regard to motokotlo romelo tronkong, no.
So it's basically offenses that you cannot actually go to jail for.
Yes, you cannot go to jail for. And then there was also a question or why di baga 5.
Yes.
It's meant
yes.
It's meant to hore batho hababo wa mmerekong ba kgona attend a court, that's why. But there are instances where raditwara Montiari, let's say for example, where we know hore the parties maybe ke meomogolo ke koko aga se kgona tla boshiu or ke motho a tlang go gole, then we make those special arrangement.
All right. 0800 142 446 0800 142 446. And let's go to Bram Fisher and speak to Tembi. Hello, Tembi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm alright. How are you?
All right, ma'am.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. Speak to us, Tembi.
Okay. Now this is my story, ne? I'm listening through Rainbow FM.
All right.
Okay. My thing is, there was a lady. She actually we were looking for a house. and then she sold us this house, and then we paid her. She wanted about 80,000 or whatever. We gave her 40,000, which is what she wanted. But then before the deal could fall through, she said no, the house actually belonged to their parents, and now the brother is refusing to sell. So now she must give us back our money.
And then the money is already gone at that time.
We'd already given her the 40,000.
Junoe.
She paid us back the 30,000 in cash. We had transferred into her account. She pays us 30,000 back, and then the 10,000 gives us a runaround. She doesn't have money. She used this to pay whatever. A year goes by. Second year, finally we take a small claim. Okay, they give us the letter that she must go and deliver to a house. First, she doesn't open for us, and then we go with the police. Okay, we give her the letter, we go to court. When we get to court, the lady, okay, we lay our case, and then when it's her turn, she says she has never, ever in her life seen us. She says, she's just been seeing me and my husband coming by her house, and she's been scared because she just separated from her partner and all that, so she was not sure what's happening. And then she's never seen. We show there was an agreement that we wrote in affidavit that we did together, which we are getting into this arrangement.
Yes.
He says, you know what, Mina, I've never seen that. They say signature. She says, that's not my signature. They say ID number. She says, I lost my ID number a while back. Maybe somebody found it. Maybe they used it. Then the judge, I don't know if they call the judge, but then he says, we must get what's that handwriting specialist that will identify the handwriting and the signatures and even the money that went into her account. She says, well, even if it went there, I never saw it. And apparently we were supposed to apply for another thing to get the court to say that the bank must prove that the money came in and all of those things. So it was a mess. But what I don't understand is what happens when somebody just says, yes, like with us, because we were shocked. I've never seen these people when they deny everything. And the problem is now the court says we must prove that she's lying. So I don't understand that because umuntu makathika wena wenzani?
Yes.
Because I felt like honestly I felt the court did nothing good when I prove why are these people bakusukela again. So I just want to understand in such cases what would you do?
All right. Is there something before Tembi leaves that you might? All right. Thank you, Tembi, so much.
All right, Tembi.
All right. Thank you.
I don't understand the reaction of the commissioner because basically you've got a proof. The fact that you deposited the money to her account.
That's proof enough.
That's proof enough. In other words, the blame shifts from you to her to now explain that the money that was deposited into her account, where did it go? Because if she says she does not know that money, then she should know. You see, so I don't understand. The commissioner should have awarded that in your favor. It doesn't need that you need to go to the handwriting specialist. Other than that, he should have instead converted the matter to a civil court because it now becomes a complex. Because now the handwriting specialist normally will charge around 8,000 to 9,000, and then the bank, if you were to subpoena the bank will not be able to send a person after hours. Their legal officer must come during the day. So he should have either given an award based on the fact that the money was deposited in an account, and then the fact that she also returned 30,000. Why did she return 30,000 if she does not know you? So that is a sufficient evidence that the commissioner should have given an award in your favor for the 10,000.
All right. Now, what do you suggest she does? Because this is the situation that she's in right now.
Obviously, the commissioner has already expressed that he he or she will not grant an order unless they prove by the way of signature, the banks. I think the way is to ask the matter to be reverted to the civil court. And then you can get your attorneys and all the likes. And once you win the case, that person will be able to pay even the cost that you have incurred in securing the experts.
All right. If you have just joined us, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Small Claims Court. It's Let's Talk Justice, Living Your Rights, every Tuesday and every Thursday between 5:06 and 7:05. And thank you so much to the Gauteng radio stations, Lekwa, Eastwave, Impact, Josie FM, Eldos TUT, Rainbow on 90.7, and Peli as well as VUT, Cosmo, Westbury, which is also called Kofifi, and the Val. Okay, we go into ZB, Korina Muni. Tabo?
Tobela Msut.
Tobela Mrana Kaliga.
Ronald Guy.
Awa, Gabele Kwilandat.
Aha. Tabela go tsena re dimisheleng tate ra khela ka mowe.
Awa, le rena ra le tamisha re thabile ka nnete morena le ntate Zakhela o dumetsa ke re ntate Zakhela.
Ke a dumela.
All right.
Aha. Te go dimishe ba di arabe ke ga dipitisho tsa ka ke re ke tsene go putisho e nngwe be ke ile mafelelo mara ke ka thoma ka yona.
Ndati.
Re o tlema khathanong le motho fela goba o kaya o company le gore mohlomong be yo kolota masheleng ona ba botse go letšwa ka fast ga 15000 goba mmušo mohlomong o patetse masheleng a mangwe ba gana wa busha o kaya wa tlema khathanong le bona le ba le mmušo ka mogogwe ke putšo ya ka ya pele e bua ke.
Okay.
Ya ubedi o ke batho ba ka gang ba lore ba claima o santse o na le gore na le age gore maybe go sena 18 years o ka tsone go dia di small claim court go ya ka molao wa South Africa borwa ba re go sena 18 ya o di le ke neng ke dintshi ga ke tsebe gona mo ke nya ka gone gore ba verify le yona mo re ye tate teng ke kola e botsisha ya gore motho re se tsa tsele le ko koto ke le ba mmiditse wena o kgona gore o kry tšhelete ga go ntla gore le tswelele koto ka moka ga lena nang so Muslim court wa kgona gore o kry a sanka tswelela total ko koto wa kgona gore o kry masheleng a ga gona ke
tsona tšeo ntate. Awa re leboga gagolo ntate ke nagana gore o mametse ZBFM.
Aha
Ndati
danke
Morenaka. Thank you so much. And moving right from Limpopo to KZN in Greytown. Jane? Hello, Jane. Sawubona, Jane. Dumela, Jane. Goeienaand, Jane. Nee. Jane kan nie praat, kan nie khuluma, kan nie talk. What do we do? Move on. Tate Tsibande.
All right, ntate go Limpopo. Yes, o ka claima against the company, but the company yona cannot come to small claim court. I no claimer, but when you can bring the company. The only exception is that o ka se claim against the municipal or local government wa claima mo bona or government wa batlisa ko small claims.
Any government entity or just departments and municipalities, maybe the Premier's office or something?
Yes, you cannot.
You cannot. Any government entity.
Yes.
Get it on that one. Any government entity. That is like government.
Yeah. Now, a person who claim is who abe over 18 years. If a person who under 18 years who tlo thusiwa ke guardian ya high.
All right.
And then the last question, if a person hardly go court, you need to provide a return of service ya go sheriff e provang hore the person was served with the summons and then ufile at least not less than 20 days before the trial date, and then court it offer what we called default judgment, as long as you can prove that the summons were properly served. Yes.
All right, thank you so very much. Uvilakazi is calling from Komabatu. Wow, what a rainbow nation it is. If we still get people to call like that, I'm getting excited about it. Dumela Ntate Vilakazi.
Dumela Resto re Mosotho.
Le kae rra?
No re de le rasa.
You know what makes me so excited is that I am able to speak le robuang Sizulu le Setswana le tsotle ka mokgwa wa Tswana and based somewhere in a Tswana speaking place. I just love it.
Ke mo mahikeng ra.
Mo maikeng kwa etshoko. Re lebogile tle re Vilakazi.
Potso ke batlang go botsa Renzi bande ka go ke small claim court le di kgotla tsa setso kapa tsa Setswana gore itlhela go kgotleng le gore mothusi go kgotleng small claim court di amana yang le magosi go ka ba ka telenteng yalo ke
lebogile thata malome Vilakazi.
Thank
you so much. Mabatu FM based in Mabatu ko Mahikeng ga Mmamosetsanyana. All right, 5 minutes to go. Ntate traditional courts, small claims courts. Is there synergy?
No. Ga di kopane. Listen, ga di kopane.
Jaanong ga go ntse a utsitse mmidi, a utsitse pone umbila from Kotsimong kwa. And now, is that a case for small court claims or for Gokosi?
It always depends gore ko tulong eo what is much appropriate. O kra gore maybe small claims court se go gole but gona le kgoshi e gonang gore tshwara le khotla ba sekise motho, then you can go to kgoshi eo. But now the difference between the two gore ke enforcement ya di judgment. Small claims court judgment that thing is enforceable.
Yes.
And then inali gore o ka tswela pele ka yona le ha motho a sa patele. But mo magoshing it's different.
But let me pick a gray area over there Ntate Tsibande. Wa tshontshumbile mfana. A utswa pone ke yo moshimane. Jwale they go to a very well groomed, well-recognized paramount chief, king. Then the king decides, no, give them 5 strokes, which contradicts some of the actual legalities of our constitution in South Africa. Isn't there going to be some contradiction of some kind that might end up going to court, actually, on a bigger scale?
Yes, it might end up.
Would you encourage them to do something like that?
No, I would encourage them to go to especially go magoshi. Because that is the problem. Order, is it enforceable or not? So order it has to be enforceable. And then if Hoshi decide that no, you'll get some strokes for that, it doesn't bring back what you want.
Yes.
You understand? So also that might end up the people involved by chargiwa ka di criminal offenses. We have a case where a certain chief in Eastern Cape, I think is it Dalinjawa?
Yes, yes,
yes. We're actually now serving a sentence for giving orders for the people to go and assault or adapt or kidnap someone. You see, so that is the problem.
So those are kind of I'm glad you raised that one up because it gives more of a clear picture in terms of the limitations that our traditional leadership has in terms of the legal proceedings. Now, the last word from you, Ntate Tsibande, let's just put it this way to say, Upalco was asking more about awareness and all those. It might not be your turf, but you have the information for that particular turf, which I'm thinking, when he was asking that, I was thinking of Ntate Victor Phala, as well as Samona Naidu and Nina as well. And put you into the picture. Do you normally, as the DOJ, do awareness on this kind of content as far as you're concerned?
No.
All right.
For us commissioners, we don't, because awareness, it's much more broad. It means now I'm based in Gauteng. I cannot go and promote something in Limpopo, for example, make awareness there. And making awareness, it also goes with the cost. So I think that is the duty of the Department of Justice. But as much as we're sitting here, as much as there's this program, that's part of the awareness, that to make people aware, because this goes exactly to community radio stations where people will have an access and hear as to what is happening in our country.
That part go hole. As we are speaking right now, we are spreading the word in that. We are spreading the word. Although I would also take it upon the department also to say abanye abantu bafuna ukubona ngosi. Meaning you have to be there in person, because sometimes listening to radio while you're busy working on that big pot with some big upalishing apparat, it might actually distract you a little bit, because those who know how to stir upalish inside a big 3-foot pot, they understand the amount of energy that you need to put in there. And sometimes I hope that the department is listening basically to say somewhere, somehow, but otherwise, for more information, is there any contact number that you might want to share with us, Tsibande?
Yes, I may be reached on the cell phone number, which is 073 183 0287.
Yes.
And on email is ntsibandeattorneys@gmail.com.
Otherwise, you can also find more information on www.justice.gov.za, and also keep following your Twitter if you have a Twitter handle. Keep following Twitter at DOJCD_ZA. Otherwise, you can just like them, like their Facebook page, the Department of Justice and Constitutional Development. This program is also available on www.youtube.com, and just look for Government ZA. Any last things that you might want to pick, Tsibande, before we call it off?
Is to encourage people that they should use small claims court, because basically they are protected. It's not like taking the law into your own hands, but daily that you use the what is it?
Amandla.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. It's been great. It's been good, and it's been very informative. Thank you so very much for your listening, and thank you to all the radio stations that are taking part in this. South Africans, you got the best constitution in the world according to what we are hearing. So let it be best in practice. From me, Mosotho Stone, good night.